Greetings, everybody. Welcome one, welcome all. Tampa Motor Mouth Joe Verlin behind the microphone. And before we get into my powerless rankings, because I haven't done any kind of power rankings or powerless rankings pretty much all year, and now I'm seeing that the reason why one does power rankings is it gives you something to freaking talk about when it's right smack dab in the middle of the week. So we may be starting that whole ritual next year. But warning, 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 going to debut for the first time ever, ever. If I can figure out how to do this right. Gosh, okay, it's shown in the stream. My theme song, if we can figure out how to play this sucker. Okay, oh, it's image gallery. Wrong one, genius. Probably hits the one with the play button in it. Durr. I guess I'd make myself into the stupid dragon now. Right. Durr. Okay, here we go. Warning, it's loud. So turn down the volume. And I'm sorry if you're anywhere where you're not wearing headphones in advance. I'm sorry. I'm giving spoilers. I'm giving warnings. Warnings. Ooga, ooga, ooga. Loud theme song coming. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
He is not always crazy. Another morning is hazy. Flip it on and what do you know? It is time for another Tampa Motor Mouth show. Even when the bucks fail, his script may go way off the rails. Hopefully entertaining, even if it is raining. And he has sports, news of all sorts. Got the bolts and the rays as well. You never know what is in store. And now it's time for Joel to yak some more.
And there you go for the first time ever. Now we'll send it away and say thank you, theme song. Hopefully, I did not blow out anybody's eardrums. So that's kind of cool. Found a site for AI music. But the thing that I've learned with AI music is it's better because all of a sudden I'm like, lyrics? Because I'm looking through advanced options, but if I know my lyrics, you can actually freaking write the freaking lyrics. I'm like, no freaking way to somebody who's a poet who knows it, shows it, rose it, and glows it. Yowza. I'm like, that's for me. Boom, shakalaka. So we can write the lyrics because all of a sudden, because I did a sort of a generic song, sort of a combining one. It's sports, it's a Bucks, it's Dolphins, and I was just giving the AI music thing some guidance. Here's what I want in the song. You know, we could kind of tell it's kind of cool. It's like make it metal. It was kind of cool, but you could also kind of tell definitely generic. And just bottom line, when it comes to AI, nothing beats this. It doesn't. You got to like the whole me get a brain moran because I ended up doing a PowerPoint because I generated rankings using AI. But yeah, then you have to go through the entire PowerPoint, edit it, make it more so it reflects your style, reflects my style. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound like me. That doesn't sound like me. That definitely doesn't sound like me. Okay, gotta change this. Add in some design so it looks more professional. You gotta do it right. So yeah, that's the thing. AI is a good general guideline, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, humans always are better, and I think humans always win because it's great to help enhancing stuff. It's great to help generating stuff. But this right here, still is the number one best thing to always use your brain. Use it. Okay. So with that out of the way, we got the theme song finally done and downloaded. Yahoo! Because I was trying to do it yesterday, and I was like, saved it as a web thingy file as a video, but it's not a video. And I'm like, okay, now it's an MP4, so that's actually a video. So, oh yeah, so hashtag technology. So all right, so let's bring up and show in the stream over well, wrong rate of point genius over there. Over there, you have my powerless rankings. You know what? I think I'm actually. Well, I don't want to lose my source, so actually have the powerless ranking because I was thinking about that because we kind of didn't do a Super Bowl of suck this year. Last year, things sort of because of Milton and other things. But yeah, I figure that powerless rankings are a good way of doing my Super Bowl of suck, and we'll see because when we do the joint show, we'll see if how much Ryan agrees or disagrees with my rankings and what his rankings are. The five worst teams in the National Football League. All right, so there you got it. And let's go to, as we try to remember, we're learning the controls and everything and all that. So sort of a WIP, as they call it, a work in progress. But we will go to, as already it decides not to. Well, no. And we just reviewed everything there. So we'll do it again. Hopefully, you probably saw everything, but you didn't. But we're trying to figure out everything here. So, okay, we'll start off five, of course, with the Cleveland Browns. So much for all the breathless revealing of everything as it went through everything there. But, okay. But number five, of course, the Cleveland Browns. You have the quarterback rule at Dylan. Then was Shador. Then, of course, just everybody back and forth, what's going on. And Santos, I think, had some legit flashes in there. Looked like could potentially he had more of an offense around him, had an actual offensive line. But yeah, it's just the Cleveland Browns. They are still absolutely dealing with the whole Deshaun Watson thing. That's why I have the Deshaun Watson is their sword of Damocles, as had just every year the regret for that stupid freaking contract just builds and builds and builds. And yeah, it was time for Stefanski to go because he's a scapegoat because you really can't fire Haslam. And he's the one that I think everybody in Cleveland would freaking love to fire, especially after the Deshaun Watson deal. So yeah, and it just still absolutely boggles my mind. Miles Garrett, well, I have desire, I want to win. Then he takes all that money, and it's like, yeah, you're not going to win on the Browns, but you have a whole heap of money, and you have the sack record. So there's that. Didn't get it against Aaron Rodgers, didn't get it against Joe Burrow. It was just like, okay, I take a sack, I take a sack, and he's not going to be like Aaron Rodgers and oh my god, I've got to sacrifice the entire game so Miles Garrett doesn't get a sack. Okay, but so yeah, you got to have Miles Garrett. Got to have Miles Garrett. I keep forgetting which way because I think it's that way. It's that way when you're trying to remember which way is the screen on the camera. So yeah, but Cleveland Browns just be interesting to see who the new head coach is. Outside shot and hecking into being a hardball. I don't think Hardball is coming to Tampa. I really don't. I'm seeing so many hopeful, delusional Buck fans on social media. Harbaugh's coming to Tampa. He's gonna get Bulls out of there. We'll be rescued that way. He's not coming to Tampa. When you look at the landing spots for Harbaugh, you have Tampa Bay easily has to be fifth or flipping sixth. It ain't one of the top three. Let's just say that. So yeah, so Factory of Sadness marches on, and who's going to take it over next year? But that's my number five and my well, you're going the wrong way. And my number four, WIP, work in progress. We're learning how to do this first time ever. Number four, of course, the New York Giants. Brian Dable, of course, fired early in the season. Didn't even make it to Black Monday. Mara, of course, running out of patience and all that from last year. And then just all the brutal flipping injuries. Of course, yeah, Jackson Dart, every time you turn around, concussion protocol and what's going on. Yeah, James Winston actually had to fill in for a couple of games. One real week when we got 33 points in fantasy. That was fun. That was fun. I was just like, James can be good. What the hell? Let me start him this weekend. Balled out. But just the Giants, just of course, Malik Neighbors gone. Okay, Cam Scatterboo's being pretty good. All of a sudden, they're calling the arm and hammer, and then Cam Scatterboo goes down. Still have to wonder what the heck Scatterboo and Abdul Carter were doing on Monday Night Raw when Scatterboo's trying to recover from the injury. Abdul Carter hasn't exactly made what you would call fantastic choices. He got suspended for a drive recorder because he was late for a meeting. So, yeah. But, yeah, New York Giants. And then, of course, you had the Denver game. Oh, boy. You had the Denver game that many people were surprised that Dable wasn't fired after 33 points being hung on them in the fourth quarter. And cooler heads prevailed, but not for long, because then Dable's gone anyway. When you just have four chokes, there are four chokes. When you have four freaking chokes, four chokes. I just yeah, you had injuries, but you also had some very, very bad coaching. It's just the amazing thing. Joe Sheen is still the GM there, and he's the one that's going to decide who the new head coach is. Can you imagine? It turns out if it's Harbaugh lands there. Hello. He gets Cam Scatterboo back. He gets Malik Neighbors back. He's got Jackson Dart. That could be dangerous. Could be. Could be. We'll see if it happens. If it happens, what happens after that? But yeah, Giants absolutely just a horrid year. Bad luck with the injuries, and then yeah, Dable tried to really get Dart going, and it just wasn't enough to have the Giants be any kind of good. Oops, hold on, we're going the wrong way as well. Yeah, Tennessee Titans are my number three team. Number three, just because it's anytime your head coach fired very early on, and just any time when you have a franchise quarterback asked about how the game went, and his response simply is "we ass." That soundbite in the ear. Brees Halls was up there also. We shot ourselves in the foot, and then we shot ourselves in the head. That's got to be up there. But just we yes, Ryan was right. In the sports shuffle right after it happened, I said, I just want a poster. Ryan's quote: "I just want a poster with Cam Ward on it saying we asked." I mean that encapsulates the whole year down to a T. They actually win against like, hey, you did it, you won a game. Calvin Ridley, oh my God, I knew I was going to regret the choice. One of the teams when he came up on my draft board, I'm like, well, okay, critical. Maybe I really don't like any of the choices, but I pushed draft and instantly regretted it. I did drop him in the team, and then I saw somebody else picked him up, and I'm like, and then yeah, he done, he gone. Just he hasn't just been the same since he ended up getting suspended for betting on his own team. So yeah, Calvin Ridley, one of us. At least Tony Pollard ended up having towards the end of the season. He became fantasy relevant. And the surprise there, I think, for the Titans had to be Shamir and DK. As, yeah, just out of nowhere. Pretty decent on special teams, doing it on offense. And just imagine if Cam Ward actually had some more weapons. And of course, he gets injured in the last game of the whole flipping season. So just, yeah, it's just when you have fans showing up with wee ass shirts and they're told that you need to change the shirts and turn them inside out or else they're going to be asked to leave. That just pretty much encapsulates and sums up the entire flippin' season. And then you're probably surprised that this team is not my number one team. So you know who it is. Probably you know who it is. The Jets. They never, ever, ever disappoint. Just end the season. That's what the acronym stands for. Last year, what were they in the news for? A trade being nixed because one of the owner's teenage sons thought that Jerry Judy's Madden rating wasn't good enough. That happened. Yeah, this year you have Woody Johnson calling out Justin Fields publicly, and then he delivers. Then you end up with Brady Cook as your quarterback, and every time you turn around, they're getting absolutely demolished, absolutely just freaking demolished. And you have a coach who's a defensive coach in Aaron Glenn. And what do you remember from this season? The dance on the sideline. Yeah, put that up as an award banner. Danced on the sideline. Really good dance. And for the first time, unmatched since that goes back to 1933. Let me say that again. 1933. 1933. You have had a team that had zero interceptions in the regular season. That would be the New York Jets. Also trading away Saucing another player. So yeah, him. Who needs defense, right? Defense. Who needs it? Who needs defense? Just ask the Bengals. Yeah, one bleeping stop. But yeah, Jets just, oh boy, so much agony, so much pain. I feel for you. I really do, Jets fans. Zero interceptions. Just, oh boy, and of course, my number one team in the powerless rankings. And I know you're going to have some people who would want to put the Jets as the number one fan. This would be the number two fan. Some team people might have the Cardinals in there just because of their absolutely craptacular season, all the close games that they lost. But yeah, you have to think about this. You have to think about this. The Raiders brought in Pete Carroll, legend flippin' Pete Carroll. Ugh. Legend as a minority owner. TB freaking 12. Have you seen Tom Brady's most recent girlfriend? 29-year-old. Yowza. Oh, holy crap. Because you're just like, yeah, I think he has a type. Yeah, because you're just saying, oh, okay. And you're just like, oh, Tom Brady moving on. And you also have Cooper DeJean from the Eagles, who's dating Nikki Bella from WWE. And if you've seen picture comparing her now to 10 years ago. Double yowza. So, but anyway, the Raiders, or was the other one? The other one I saw, the dumb headline of the day. This was a while back with Mark Davis, owner of the Raiders. In case you're wondering, hopefully when I say Mark Davis, you know who that freaking is, or if you don't pay attention to sports. Sorry, but just saying. And Mark Davis, there was a quote from Mark Davis's new or fairly new 26-year-old girlfriend. Oh, I didn't have any idea he was a billionaire. I just like to smile. I think you have remember airplane BS meter, mutual BS meter, unbelievable BS flashing pink, unbelievable BS. That's what's flashing when I heard that when I read that comment. Like unbelievable BS. But craziest thing about the Raiders. So Pete Carroll can't help, TB12 can't help. Even when he was giving advice, apparently there's some people out there, there's a conflict of interest. Conflict. And yeah, Raiders in the same exact place that they are in 2025 that they were in 2024, basically. Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty, still an offense that is so very, very painful, agonizingly painful to watch. Any chance they get any better next year? Who knows? Last good coach they had was Chucky. Yeah, you even had Pete Carroll being called by Portnoy from Barstool that he was calling to someone to off. I'm trying to say this tactfully to off Pete Carroll after that one game. So crazy. The Raiders, the greatness of the Raiders. And yeah, I have no idea why I went got into that voice, but so there you go. And then of course, honorable mentions. Yeah, my Buccaneers in the NFC South because going into Week 18, having the Bucks and the Panthers, even after the Bucks won, after being handed all those gifts and calls from the referees, having to depend on the Saints without Priscilla, basically only Tyler Shuck and a whole bunch of no names to somehow flip and beat the Falcons, who have been looked switched on and smashing. They almost did. Close but no cigar. If you didn't have that one pick by Shuck, they might have actually pulled it off and done it. But no, Bucks out of the playoffs. Bucks lose the division. Panthers win. That's why the Panthers aren't one of the stupid dragons. They'll probably be added next week because we know they're going to get absolutely clocked by the Rams. Rams are looking for a little bit of vengeance. Oh, you're going to beat us in the regular season, huh? We're going to kick your ass to Jupiter and freaking back. That's what we're going to do this week in the wild card round. Your ass is going to get sorely kicked, stomped, and flattened. We have Devontae Adams back. We got Puka Puka locked in and loaded. And everybody is just a little bit rested and raring to go. Don't you know? But yeah. And we'll see. I wanted to put the Steelers in there, but they got in the playoffs and got in there because Tyler Loop ended up missing the kick. But yeah, so we'll do more. We'll do more as we learn how to derp PowerPoint less. But yeah, that was kind of cool. Did that. We got the theme song in there. Hopefully, I didn't blast your eardrums out too much. Hopefully. Yeah, I got a theme song now. Hi. But yeah, those are my powerless rankings. Number 5, of course, Browns, the Browns, Factory of Sadness. Number 4, New York Giants. Not only all the injuries, but all those chokes. Hey, then of course number three Titans just summed up with the Calvin Ridley sucks. Don't ever draft him in fantasy ever again. And yes, number two, the New York Jets mess. Oh my good God. Zero interceptions. And of course, number one, the Las Vegas Raiders. Another year gone, and they're basically offensively in the exact same freaking place that they were in 2024. How? How does it matter who coaches them next year? Well, let's see what they do with their pick. It's got to be a quarterback because I saw Geno Smith apparently scrubbed everything Las Vegas Raiders from his social media. I don't think he wants to come back. And the retirement of the year award, player who saw this dog poop of a season coming. Oh, the way back there, Amari freaking Cooper. Was going to play for the Las Vegas Raiders? Like, nah, I'm out. He retired. He saw this crap coming. Saw this crap coming. He's like, nah, I'm out. I'm gone. I'm done. Eh, I don't want to deal with this crap. So credit to you, Amari. GG, you made the best decision more than anybody else. And that's it for me. Got the powerless rankings. Learning more and more about how AI can enhance stuff, but but that's my final thought. My final thought is the thought that I began with. There's so many cool stuff and cool things out there because of technology. It can enhance, it can help, it can make things easier and better. But number one thing is my final thought. Number one thing, don't forget about this. If more people use that, I think we would have less problems in this world of ours today. Because every time you turn around, you're like breaking news, and you're like, "Oh, what happened now?" That's pretty much what anytime you see a breaking news, was like, "Okay, now what's going down?" But anywho, I'm Joel Verlin here. Hope you have a fantastic hump day, and I'll yak at you mañana. Hey, got a theme song now, so that's cool. And I'm out.